Hello, I'm Sweet June. This is Sweet June. I'm back. Um, this blog I want to talk about. Been doing some thinking. I want to talk about the differences between being a Christian single person versus a worldly single person. Because it is a difference. It's a huge difference. Um, I didn't really realize how much of a difference it was until I dedicated my life to God. That I, truly decide to dedicate my life to serving God. And that's when I really, really realized the differences. So, I'm going to run some of those differences down to you guys. Now, when you're a worldly Christian, or a worldly single person, that's what I meant. You a worldly single person, even if you a worldly Christian single person, because there's a little bit, some differences. Being single is a different experience than being a Christian single, someone that's really dedicated to serving God, and I mean really dedicated. You're really trying to line up with those Bible standards. You're really doing everything you can to line up with those Bible standards. Now, worldly single person will date various people, meet people and go out and meet people, preferably sometimes in a club type setting, or like some people like to get on the internet, find dates and everything. I used to do the internet dating thing. It didn't really work out. Got a little discouraged. Haven't really done it since. And they meet somebody and they're see attracted to this person or whatever, and they go out on a date with this person. And in most cases, they're sleeping together. You're just sleeping with the person. And even if you're not sleeping with that person, sometimes in some cases you might be dating this person, then you might be dating another person at the same time you're dating this person. Trying to test the waters, so to speak. And that's pretty much how the world views the dating scene. You meet somebody. Sometimes if you're in a club type situation, you meet somebody, and in some cases they might take that person's home and go to bed with them or whatever. Or go out to dinner, go out to eat, and the typical ritual is to go home and test each other out and see how everything works. Well, and then some people seem to believe, which I don't think is true, that they can use that as a barometer of whether to proceed forward with the relationship, which I don't believe that to be true. But that's the world's view of dating. Now, when you are a Christian single person, there's a huge difference. Because when you are a Christian single person and you really, really, really trying to line up to them Bible standards, first of all, you dedicated your life to serving God. So that means you're celibate. You're no longer going to be out there trying to be sexually active. You are going to make it a goal to save yourself for your marriage mate. That's what you're gonna do. That's what I'm committing to try to do. And you don't sport date. You don't particularly sport date, like what I just described earlier with the worldly dating. You don't be dating this person, then dating that person, and you don't sport date. If you meet somebody that has the same Christian standards that you have, and you guys connect and hit it off, and all things considered, then you proceed to, and then it's a process. Then you start talking to each other on the phone, and everything, and really get a good rapport going over the phone. I know in a Jehovah's Witness organization, is when two people go out, they bring along a chaperone with them on their date. And in a worldly, with worldly single people, they get involved in kissing and hugging and all those types. Well, kissing can lead to a lot of things, but when you're Christian single, you try to abstain from doing those things. Because the Bible says flee from fornication. So when you're dating someone and you're devout Christian, you try to abstain from doing all those things as well, because they can lead to other things. So the structure of dating as a Christian is just a complete different situation. I just want to let everybody know that there is a difference. And this person that you're dating, you're potentially looking at this person as a potential marriage mate. Potentially. And them the same with you. You guys are both on the same page. So you're not trying to test the water sexually or anything like that. You're getting to know each other, building that strong friendship foundation with that person. And I believe that that's the way it should be. Because I don't know about you guys, but when I get married, I want to marry my best friend. You got to be friends first before you can be anything else. If you don't build that foundation of friendship and love, then the relationship is just not going to stand. It's just going to be on shaky ground. So those are the differences. Worldly people, the way worldly people date, that, like I say, they go out and then they take each other home and be intimate, and they sometimes use that as a barometer of whether to proceed, if they want to proceed on, continue to date this person, or even if, rather, some people not even looking to get married. They're just, well, that's not the way you do it if you are dedicated to God. If you have a dedication to God, and you're dedicated to really, really living your life according to those Bible standards, you just go about it a whole different way. You go about the dating thing a whole different way. And I realized that too, like I said, when I decided to dedicate my life to serving God, and then I decided that I really wanted to truly dedicate my life to Him, serving Him, I realized, wow, there is some difference, because when I was in the world, I did things a whole lot differently. And so the way I did things then and the way I do them now, it's different. Because your way of thinking is different when you become a Christian, and you try to take on that new personality, and you try to change your way of thinking that you thought when you were in the world. So just want to let everybody know, there is a difference. It's a huge difference. And now wait a minute. If you're a Christian, or you say you're a Christian, some people say they're a Christian, but then they're still dating as if they're in the world. They're still dating like worldly people. But then you have to reevaluate yourself, because you can't straddle the fence. You're either on Satan's side or you're on God's side. Can't straddle the fence. Everybody knows that. I mean, you either on Satan's side or you on God's side. Which side you trying to be on? So, um, if you really truly dedicated to dedicating your life to God and trying to line your life up to His standards, you want to do things God's way. You don't want to do things your way. You want to try to do it His way. At least you can try to do the best you can at it anyway. So I just wanted to explain those differences because I think there are differences. They're big differences, and doing it the world's way, dating the world's way, you're setting yourself up for all kind of problems. Unplanned pregnancies, diseases, those types of things. Broken hearts, especially females. You like a guy and you really liking a guy and you thinking that this might be the one, and you date him, and then you're thinking that if you sleep with the guy, he's gonna be there for you. The next thing you know, he jumps ship, and then you're disappointed and you're brokenhearted. He might have been only after one thing. So really, when you think about it, ladies, it's a protection. It's a protection. So you're celibate and you meet a guy and you say, I'm trying to serve God, I'm celibate. He's only after one thing. He's not going to stick around. You don't want him to stick around if he's like that. But if he's a guy that's looking for a wife, he's out in the market for a wife, looking to settle down, and he's going to be looking for somebody, really actually going to be looking for somebody like you, like, wow, she ain't giving it to nobody, she ain't giving it to me, she ain't giving it to nobody else. And that goes a long way with a lot of guys, So, ladies, you just got to decide which kind of dating you want to do. You want to do worldly dating, Satan's way, or you want to do it God's way? Which one? You do it the world's way, diseases, unplanned pregnancies, broken hearts. You do it God's way, you're going to have peace. The scripture says your peace will flow like a river. So, and you won't have to worry about running to the doctor, being scared you're going to have AIDS or whatever like that, or being scared you're pregnant. And when you do it God's way, you meet somebody, you get married. Then if you find out you're pregnant, you're pregnant, by your husband, and he loves you. Huge difference. Huge difference. So, ladies, you got to decide, and men, you got to decide which way you want to do it. Men go out here and do it the world's way. Unplanned woman gets pregnant. She might be somebody you not even want to consider, marrying. Now you got child support that you got to pay. You're paying child support for a child that you got by a woman that you probably didn't even like, but you just wanted to sleep with her. Do it God's way. Get married first. Then have your children. No child support. And you're having those children by the woman you love. Big difference. So it's saying, so you guys got to decide. You're gonna date God's way, or you're gonna do it the world's way. Which one is it gonna be? Okay, just wanted to let you know, you guys know, it is a difference. Being a worldly single person versus a Christian single. You got to make a decision on which way you want to do it. You want to do it God's way or your way? I decided to do it God's way because I tried it my way and it wasn't working. Okay, it might talk further into this. Wanted to give you some new enlightenment and everything, let you know what was going on. Okay, sweet June 2010.